How's everybody doing? Today we're going to talk about the top 5 sleeveless summer tops that I have chosen for 2024. Hi everybody, it's Bobby of Knitter's Niche. How's everybody doing? Today is June 4th, 2024. It's 2:30 in the afternoon here in Northeast Alabama. I live near Huntsville. Today I would say it's probably going to be 80 degrees, maybe the high 70s. It's not bad at all. It is cloudy today. I don't have too much sun coming in. So what I've done, I've got my iPad a little bit down below me in front of me here. So I've got a little bit of light coming up to help with that issue. So let's talk about what I'm wearing. Okay, I had a few viewers say, Bobby, you have got to try the Rosewood pink color for your Anker Tee. Here's my Anker Tee. I got it completed. I love it. It is done with a Linen Quill. This is the Anker Tee right here by Petite Knit. Now, I will say, you get to a point in this, since it's fingering weight, you're thinking, oh my goodness, this is ever going to get over with, but it is well worth it. I'm going to stand up and let y'all take a look at this. This is sharp. Now, I did not do it as long. Let me show you here. See how long she has it on her? Okay, I did not do it that long. I did it, I don't know if you can see it here. I'll stand on my tippy toes. There it is. Isn't it cute? Now, the Rosewood pink, since there is linen in here, it does not grab the color like the rest of the yarn, like the alpaca and the Highland wool. I think it's Peruvian wool, I think it's called. Now, I did the tubular bind off for my sleeves. I did the tubular bind off for the bottom. I don't want to show everything I got here. Hang on. For the bottom of my sweater. And you know, it's like, oh brother, do I want to do that? Do I want to do that? Well, it turned out nice. Now, it calls for a tubular cast on, and honestly, when I had the other color, remember I started out with wheat flour? I think it's wheat flour. Anyway, the other color was a cream color, and I just had so many summer sweaters in that color. So that's why I changed to the Rosewood pink. Well, I had tried a few times for the tubular cast on with that, and I don't know why. And the tubular cast on I use is very simple. You use a provisional cast on, a crochet provisional cast on. The only crochet thing about it is you're doing chains, and then you're knitting into that chain. And then, anyway, I'll put a link down below. I put the link down below before. It's a tutorial by Jackie Rose of Caidree Knits. So anyway, it just wasn't working for me. So this is a long tail cast on, and it is a stretchy cast on, but it looks very nice. Look at this fit, y'all. I'm telling you, she does such a good job. And you know what? I have to look and see. I'm gonna look and see what size I knit. I did the size 2, whether she calls it the 2. No, she calls it the small. There's an extra small, medium, large, extra large, 2XL, 3XL, 4XL, and 5XL. So she has a wide range of sizes in this pattern. So I really, really like it. The Linen Quill is a little bit prickly for me. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. And if y'all remember, I'm gonna reach down here and I'm gonna grab my, oh shoot, what's it called? Triangle wrap. There we go, Half and Half Triangles Wrap by Purl SoHo. And this is knit with the Linen Quill. And the drape is extremely, extremely nice, as it's reflected in this sweater also. I mean, this looks like it's machine made. I am not kidding you. I am not kidding you. I'm proud of this. Now this yarn is not a real round yarn. I don't think I have a little sample of it here. I don't. It's not a real, I don't think I do. It's not a real plump round yarn. So with this ribbing here, you have your 5 sections of ribbing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. with a different yarn that's a little more rounded, it would stand out a little more clean, but I really do like this. The fit is just so nice. Now I did some alterations on the sleeves, and because I didn't want them as long, as you can see, I didn't want them that long. I wanted them to stop here because I'm not really very tall, and I try to keep everything in proportion, so it looks like it was custom made, and basically it is custom made because I knit it. But anyway, back to the half and half triangle wrap shawl. Isn't it beautiful? This is all done in Linen Quill. All done in Linen Quill. It is huge. It's beautiful. At the end of this, at the last 3 stitches of each row, which doesn't have this in the pattern, but the last 3 stitches I slipped with yarn in front, and it gave them a little bit of the look of a I-cord wind off. So anyway, Linen Quill, I love Linen Quill. Still have a lot of Linen Quill, so you're going to be seeing me use that more and more because I made some purchases. There was a time when that's all I was buying, it seemed like, was Linen Quill from Purl SoHo, because they do have sales every once in a while. All right, so this is my completed object. This is a classic. It will continue to be. Anker Tee you cast on with a larger size needle, which is a 2.5 US, which would be a 3mm needle. So this was a delightful knit. I would highly recommend it. I would really even like to knit the one that's in a DK weight, or is it worsted? I think it's worsted weight. I'd love to do that one, and that's called the Anker Summer Shirt. That's what that one is called. All right, so let's jump into the top 5 summer sleeveless tops that I have chosen for summer of 2024. And what we're going to do, we are going to start off, this is the beginning, so we're going to start off for beginner. Get it? Beginning. So I'm going to start off with the beginner top. And the beginner top that I really like so much, it actually was released in August of 2022, so it's not a brand new release. It does have 485 projects on Ravelry. It is called SoHo Top, and it is by Caidree. And Caidree recommends Purl SoHo's Sweet Grass. And Purl SoHo's Sweet Grass yarn is 65% cotton, 35% alpaca yarn. The needles she suggests that you use are US 2.5, which is a 3mm, a US 4, which is a 3.5mm, and a US 6, which is a 4mm. What do I like best about this pattern? The neckline, because the waistband and armhole openings are framed with an I-cord edging and they have faux seams on both sides. So I really like that look. You are getting, I mean, it's so easy. It's a beginner one for sure, but yet it has the look and the detail to it that any level of knitter would be proud to wear. This next particular pattern is called, is it Sabai, that I recommend for the summer of 2024. And it is also, no, this is by Susanne Muller. Susanne, Susanne, Muller. And this has a boat neck to it. There are 2 patterns in one. In here, 2 different, it's basically the same one, but the finishes are different in this one. This particular one that I was going to knit is called the Sabai #1, and Sabai #2 option is in here also, so you really have 2 different ones in the price of 1 pattern. Now the Sabai is worked seamlessly from the top down. First, the neckline border is worked in the round in a 1x1 rib stitch pattern, and increases are worked for the slanted shoulders. For the armholes, front and back parts are worked separately back and forth. The stitches of front and back are then joined and worked in the round again. All techniques used are explained in the instructions. She does, she explains it very well. What I like best about this is the boat neck with the slanted increases at the shoulders, and they're absolutely perfect for bra coverage too. There's enough space there created with your fabric. It has a classic silhouette with drapey material resulting from a cotton, linen, and viscose blended yarn. So it does recommend cotton yarns. There's a few other ones they recommend, but what I'll do is I'll put a link down below to all of these patterns that I've talked about, and it will take you directly to the bundle. And I will also do these top 5 that I talk about individually. You know what? I didn't even count how many I have. I have 37 sleeveless spring and summer top patterns that I put into a bundle. So I'll put the link down below. And like I said a second ago, I am going to list the 5 that I talk about today. I'm going to put a link to each individual one down below. It makes it a little bit easier so you don't have to look through the, 37 of them that I have in that bundle. Okay, that's the second one we're talking about. First one, SoHo top. Second one, the Sabai. And the third one is a brand new release, and it's called Riptide Halter. And the Riptide Halter, it's by Jennifer Shiels Toland. It was released in May, just this last month, 2024. The Riptide Halter is a slightly cropped halter top with alternating strips of textured rib and simple lace. I did purchase the pattern, and I haven't started the halter yet, the Riptide Halter, but I have started. She has a series of different Riptide patterns. I have one right down here. I have started her scarf, and I'm going to talk about that in just a little bit. And it uses the same lace pattern that she uses in this halter. The Riptide Halter is integrated armhole edges, which run seamlessly into the side broken rib panels. The halter is worked seamlessly from the top down. The front and back yokes are knit flat separately, then joined at the underarm, and the body is worked in the round to the hem. There are 2 neck options, a tighter fitting neck option, which sits higher on the neck, and a looser fitting option, which sits lower on the neck. You don't find that in patterns, so there's 2 different options there. And the neckband, the designer does suggest working the neckband before finishing the body, so you can try it on and adjust the body length, which I would do. I try mine on every sweater I do. I'll bet you I try it on, oh goodness, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 times maybe. I try them on a lot as I'm knitting them. The row gauge is very important, she has in the notes here. Achieving less than 33 rows per 10 centimeters, or 33 rows, which equals 4 inches, will result in a deeper armhole. So anything less than those 33 rows will create a deeper armhole. Some test knitters found the armhole set too low, so the pattern was rewritten to reduce the armhole depth by 2.5 centimeters, which equals an inch across all sizes. So she rewrote it after her test knitters have found, you know what, the armhole is a little too deep, because as a halter it comes in here, and you do not want it too deep showing your bra. Okay, so I think that I'm definitely going to knit that. The yarn she uses is not a cotton yarn. Let's take a look here. I can tell you what yarn she's using. Oh, you know what? I don't know if I told y'all, I turned 65 April 3rd. And just real quick here, my daughter gave me a gift certificate, a gift card to Wool & Co. And Wool & Co., like I said before, never charges any shipping if it's being shipped within the United States. So I'm going to go on, I'm going to get this yarn to make my Riptide halter. And the yarn is by And Make DK. It's the and sign. Make DK from the Fiber Company. It is 55% wool, 35% alpaca, and 10% cellulose linen / flax. So I definitely want to do it. Is a DK white yarn. So I would not use the Sandnes garn that I've used in my next item that I'm going to show you here, because it's the worst. It would be too heavy for this. But I'll put a link down below to that, because I would really like to to knit it with the yarn suggested. You know, I have a gift card. Why not? Why not get the yarn suggested? And they do carry that. I've already checked. They do carry that at Wool & Co. Okay, so we've talked about 3, no particular order. The SoHo top, the Sabai, and the Riptide halter. The next one is the Lila top. And the Lila top, I think, is that one by Caidree also? It is by Caidree. Here's some pictures of the Lila top. You will use a fingering weight yarn to make the Lila top. This was just released June of 2024, so it's brand new. Lila top is a classic sleeveless summer top with a square style neckline constructed from the top down, which is great because you can adjust the length of the body if needed. Simple texture stitch is used throughout the pattern. It is worked flat and it is in the round. Suggested yarn used in this pattern is Nepal from Pasquale. It is available, and I did look it up on Ravelry. You can look to see, you can actually click on the yarn in Ravelry, the yarn used in the pattern from the designer, and it came up that it is available in the United States. So because I live in the United States, that's what it's going to pull for me. But someone of the international viewers that I have, if you want to look in there, it will tell you which yarn shops closest to you would have it also. Okay, so that's the Lila top by Caidree. So there's 2 Caidree tops I have in my top 5 summer sleeveless tops. And the very last one I have on here, this will be in your wardrobe from here till forever. It is called the Cloud Top, and the Cloud Top is by Petite Knit. Now this was released April 2024, so this year. It has 170 projects on Ravelry. It is a fingering weight held double. The suggested yarn is Sandnes Garn Lene fingering weight held together. The gauge is 20 stitches by 27 rows, is 4 by 4 inches. The sizes range from extra extra small to 5XL. The Cloud Top is knit from the top down. First the yoke is worked flat, back and forth, while short rows are worked to shape the shoulders. The front and back yoke are joined at the underarms to form the body, which is worked in the round on circular needles. Designed to have 2 to 5 centimeters, which would be 3/4 inch to 2 inches of positive ease. What I like about this top, what I like about the Cloud Top by Petite Knit, along the neckline and armholes is a stockinette stitch edge, which is very simple yet very effective, very classic. Also, the Cloud Top would make a great layering piece under a jean jacket or even under a hand knit cardigan or blazer or anything that you might want to wear it with. So those are my top 5 choices for sleeveless summer tees 2024. So my goodness, what a list, what a list. So again, I'm going to put the information down below. If you have any questions, if you could look there first, and then you can just go on to my Ravelry page and I'll have all this information for each pattern. You can go straight to it, would be wonderful. And even you can go into my projects and you can look at my projects. I'll link the ones that I have knit. I'll put this one in there and you can see my modifications and what I have done. But if you still have some questions that I haven't answered, let me know. Just go ahead and put it in the comments down below and I'll be sure to answer that for you. Okay, this is what I've knit. What am I knitting now? Now I had started the Sabai top number 1, and I was using the Sandnes Garn Lene, which is the worsted weight. And there were testers that used it. When I looked in there, there were several that used the Sandnes Garn Lene to knit it. Well, I'm knitting it, and when I'm knitting flat, of course, when you knit flat, you are knitting the right side, purling the wrong side, knitting the right side, purling the wrong side. And I'm using one size smaller needle than suggested. I'm using the US 5. It suggests the US 6, but I'm using the US 5 because I knew knitting flat like that I was going to have some difference in my purling. Well, It was, and it's very easy to knit. From what I had knit, I had gotten down, I knit the ribbing here, and then you knit the top, and I was clear here, down here, getting ready to put the front stitches on hold and to start the back ones. And I'm looking at it, and I keep telling myself, this is gonna block. It's not gonna block out. Nothing like a wool would. I mean, it's just not, because there's cotton. There's a lot of cotton in this yarn. So I was just fooling myself by, I'm just kept telling myself, oh, it's gonna, no. So I ripped it out. And I thought, oh gosh, what am I gonna knit with this Sandnes Garn Lene? And I wanted to have this done. I wanted to have 2 finished for y'all today. So it's behind me. And isn't it darling? Well, can I print it out? No. I didn't print it out. I thought I'll just go, I'm trying not to print everything out just to save on ink, because you can go through those cartridges so fast. I have an HP, Hewlett-Packard printer. It's right over here. And what is my, I think that's what my, yeah, that's what my desktop is also. What have I been working on? I've been working on the Clover Tee, and the Clover Tee is by Lene, Holme's Samsoe. She goes by Leknit, L-E-K-N-I-T, on Ravelry, and I think on Instagram too. So here it is, and this is my Sandnes Garn Lene, and I had already ordered this, not knowing that I was going to knit the Clover Tee, end up knitting it, and this is adorable. The Clover Tee, I'll put some pictures up here and information for you. The Clover Tee is knit in a worsted weight, and it is knit with Sandnes Garn Lene. This is what the designer had this knit with. And if you look at the little clovers, aren't they sweet? Now, they're very organic if you look at them. They're not symmetrical. There are 4, I'll call them petals, which are your yarn overs, but they're not lined up like you would think most of them would be. It's just a very organic look. And not only that, it is not perfectly lined up from here to here and from here to here. That shifted over 1. Because when I first did it, I thought, oh, heaven's sake, if I made a mistake, I was like, oh no. But I didn't. That's how it's knit. It's just very organic, very natural looking. So now, here's the back. Goes around on the back there. So right now I think I'm at 4 inches separated for sleeves, 4 inches here, and I have to go 10 inches. And I am using my ChowGoo needles, and this is they're knit with a US 6 needle, and that's the recommended size that they have in the pattern. And then this was, I think this is a 3 up here, but I did a twisted rib. They didn't do a twisted rib, but I did a twisted rib up there, and I will do the same. Now the sleeves here, as you can see in the picture, the sleeves are a little bit longer than I'll probably use, but I will take a look as I'm knitting it and just make that decision later. And I probably won't knit it as long as they have it on there, because I'm not very tall, like I've said. I want to keep everything in proportion. But this is the Clover Tee. It is so cute. It's beautiful. It's darling. It's darling. Really, really cute. So that's what I've been working on. And as you can see behind me here, I have some yarn. My mother, when I went back, oh goodness, I think it might have been October. Might have been, I think it was. Sometime September, October, we went back to Illinois. And I had just gotten done with this sweater, and you all have seen it before. It is a ranunculus. It is the DK version that I had done. And she said, oh, let me see that. It's where her house in Illinois. So I brought it with me. She said, let me see that. And I said, here you go. So she tries it on. It is a size 3, and it fit her perfect. She's a little tiny thing. She's 92. She's a doll. And it is more shorter, but she's short. She's becoming more short as she's gotten older, as I have too. So I am going to knit that for her, and she chose a yarn, and it's right behind me here. There we go. She chose this yarn, and isn't it beautiful? So I'm going to be holding this, it's fingering weight. I'm going to be holding this together, 2 strands together and knitting. But because this was a DK, this was a flat out DK yarn, I did not have to hold 2 yarns together, but it will come out the same. So this will be beautiful. And another thing too, it's going to be nice when I do that, you can see a bit of difference. Is that pretty? You can see a bit of difference in the colors here within the skein itself. So that will work out fine by holding 2 together. Yeah. So I'll put that back up there. You know, I told you about my neck before, y'all. I still have some problems, so me turning this way is a bit of a challenge. It's a bit of a challenge. Now, the 5 that I have chosen, the top 5 that I have chosen, I have not knit any of those. So we're all going to be doing that together. The next one I'm going to be starting is the Riptide Halter. She has several other patterns. So I was looking the other day and I thought, you know, I want to do a small scarf. I love knitting them. So I chose the Riptide 135 by Jennifer Toland. It uses the exact same lace pattern that this one does. So in the middle of all of this, I'm ripping things out. I'm thinking, my mind's just going, oh, I want to do a scarf. You know, well, let's start a scarf. I want to try this before I buy the vest. So I got out some yarn, and I had gotten some yarn from Yarn Cafe Creations. I had some yarn from her, and it was a DK weight. And it is such a pretty color, but I have one skein. Oh my gosh, what am I going to do with it? So this pattern is for DK yarn. Here we go. And this is the same lace. These gigantic needles are just there to hold this on the cable because I have this. It's with a US 6. Is that correct? Yes, US 6, which is 4mm. So this is the same stitch, and I'm going to have, it hasn't been blocked or anything, that is used in the halter. So very, very pretty. Looking forward to doing that. And here, I'm going to put a picture up here. Well, here's the whole collection. She has a slip over. And the slip over, we call it vest here in the United States. She has the V-neck version and the crew neck all in the same pattern. And that, I bought that, and that is $9.50 in US dollars. So I bought that, and she also has the scarf, and the scarf has 3 different versions in it, a 1, a 3, and a 5. And what that means, skeins. It takes 1 skein, which is 230 yards, I think. 230 yards of yarn, 1 to do this size scarf. This is going to be continually go like this, and I'm at the plateau right now where it's going straight. So the rest of it's going to be the same width, the same depth, and then come down to the decreases. Okay, so that would be 1 skein, and then she has a 3 skein, and then she has a 5, takes 5 skein. So different versions of, you got the little scarf, you have a small shawl and a large shawl. She has a Riptide cowl. She has Riptide mitts, which are fingerless mittens, fingerless gloves. So I'm very excited about this. It was really fun to knit. But I've set it down because I needed to finish. Well, I had finished this, and I had started the Sabai top number 1 that I ended up ripping out. Well, what I'm going to do with this, and I'm not telling you not to use cotton with it. It was just the way I knit, and the way, and it might have been just what my gauge was. You could see certain rows of the purling. The backside you purl, they look like loose knit every now and then, and it just was not coming together. So, but I think I would like to actually try, like I said, it's a DK, so I'll have to see what I got here and maybe put together some fingering weight yarn. I've got all kinds of yarn right here in my basket here. I'll have to find some that I can do that with. So anyway, I think that's everything in a nutshell. I'm going to have a giveaway, and I want to have 10,000 subscribers. We'll just set a goal, 10,000. So what I have right now, and it hasn't been a month yet, in the last, well, since I did my last podcast, I now have 11,200 subscribers. And thank you so much. And on my last, let me click on here. On my last video that I did, I had 54,100 and some views on that. And thank you all for watching. I did enjoy doing that so much. I love it. It's fun. I'm always, and that's why I watch podcasts. I've talked about this before. I watch podcasts so I can find some new patterns that I don't know about, and what yarns they're using, any difficulties they've had. So let's get back to the giveaway. What I'll do, I'm going to extend it just a little bit more. And the reason I am is my 3-year anniversary is going to be July 1st. July 1st, and it's coming up pretty quick. So I'm going to give you all a little bit more time. Go out there and subscribe and get the chance to win a giveaway. It's going to be really nice. And since I have a lot of international viewers, plus here in the States, I need to make this available for everyone. So I am working that out right now. And I think I have a good idea of what I'm going to do, where it's not going to cost a lot in shipping or anything like that. So I think I've got it figured out. So go ahead and get subscribed. We're going to have a really nice giveaway for y'all. I appreciate y'all for watching. Thank you so much. So listen, y'all have a good day. Go out there and knit the day. And thank y'all so much. I appreciate you. I'm so happy that you enjoy my podcast. It's fun. I've gotten to know a lot of you through Ravelry too, and especially Instagram. Okay, so listen, get out there, subscribe, and comment down below. And let me know what you're working on, and get ready. I'm extending this little bit of opportunity to get in on this giveaway because I'm going to put it together with my 3rd year anniversary, which will be July 1st. So get your name in here as a subscriber. Well, you wouldn't get your name in there. Click subscribe, click all, so you get all the notifications when I have another episode coming up. Hi everybody, it's Bobby of Knitter's Niche. Today is June 4th. It's Tuesday, 2024. It's a cloudy day here today. It's been a little bit rainy, and the SoHo top, let me get prepared here. I can edit. Okay. The needles they suggest you use are cotton. Oh. I'm going to edit a lot of this out anyway, so y'all don't have to cringe and grit your teeth when you see me screw up like this. Okay, so the main body, okay, let's start at the top. Have a good day. Thanks. See you next time.